opportunity for T5. Hotwat sticking this res, but ZYY around the corner, knows where it is, wants to try to punish it. It's up. He hasn't done anything yet. They can't react in time.
Gets the knock onto one of them, now just looking. Smokes being the only surviving capabilities for T5 to work around. ZYY, the last one up. Blue Zone nade is going to go down for it. Tiamba is making it really problematic for Foot to do much of. Wow, Hanzawad, nice shot.
Yeah, Phil first getting caught doing nothing wrong with this game if you're a fan of Data. Like, you shouldn't be disappointed with this at all. This is a really solid game for them. So credit where credit's due. They played this very nicely. Tiamba as well playing this game really, really smart, really efficiently. Now they've set up a bit of a barricade onto Foot, who is going to have to fight tooth and nail. Probably don't have a ton of utility left compared to Tiamba, who hasn't done a ton of close quarters fighting. They've been a lot of long-range sniping.
With this now, Foot has moved into the top 8. The problem with it is they've got Tiamba down low, Linshu down, Vard still yet again performing for the squad. Him and ANC are a good combination to try to defend up. High ground advantage as well. Vard just has to be very careful on these peaks. Nade's going to be landing up on good tosses. Airburst going to go just a bit awry though, as it is going to bounce off that rock. Vard gets his meds back into a good position, looks down. This is really the only major qualified fight that could eliminate somebody at the time, but notice AC is now moving through the lower ground positions. Nades are going to be prepped up for Vard. Another nade going to be landing very close to him. The dance around position going to continue and has to be so careful.
Yeah, Tiamba though, even though they suffer a knock to Vard, they're very wise with their positioning, keeping themselves out of AT's purview and making sure that they're able to get those reses up and running. QMS across the road, and with T5 here, they're going to try to find the opportunity to maybe smoke it off. I see a lot of smokes in Phil first hand. In the back, this is a replay here where Tiamba backstab phase, and again, with those long-range shots, doing most of their damage there. A lot of grenades left to try to displace Vard, but they've been a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, this is a awkward situation for Foot, as they don't really have to commit in just quite yet. Technically, if 8C goes down, Vard can just move more into the city itself. The condensing down inside the city, just to give you guys an update, since I know we haven't been over there in just 1 second. Cerberus pretty close to the center. We also have LG, who's going to be opposing side of the road away from them. T5 just moved into a gatekeeping position against QM, and we still have NH and Zhao Bei for 17 Gaming that's still alive that need to make their way into the zone.
All right, 8C, the time to move is going to be very, very soon. We're in phase 7, and Snakers gonna headshot Phil first with some really nice shots. And you can see that T5's job is to just make sure that QM does not cross that street, but they're gonna lose Phil first to Linshu. And things getting a little bit tricky for QM as they make that cross.
Yeah, the smoke wall looks like it's going to be enough. Tiamba just cannot find a way to remove Foot, man. These guys are just clinging to life over here and just using the terrain so efficiently. The communication between the two of them is so strong. And oh, that's a solo with a shotgun.
Yep, he knows that, you know, it's going to be tricky to get through this, so might as well go for the up close and personal gear as Zhao Bei. A very wise play, as we've seen from him throughout this one today. 17 really making life difficult. Tiamba is losing their minds in the background. I could hear them through my headset.
That one's got to feel good. You finally take down. Foot has been over here harassing them for so long. They wanted to get control over this area. They want to be going after QM, and they can't. Foot is just doing such a great job of just defending it all up.
It's really been a good attempt from Foot, but a better defense. And of course, with the numbers advantage for Tiamba, makes it that much easier. Zhao Bei getting into LG territory. That Molly does catch Flood, so he has to back off. Zhao Bei probably heard it, probably knows it. Going for the frag in there as well, and it's good.
How's he getting away with it? Creeping by, does take some damage, finally gets spotted
Vard?
out. And it's going to be... Sure, why not? Vard, I mean, he's got control over everything at this point. Circle pretty much centers up. That means everybody's going to be moving into Cerberus and T5 territory.
I love it. That Vard deserves that point. He's been fighting his butt off up here on top of this hill. Now he's got NH underneath. Damage done, but no knocks.
Almost 600 damage as we're looking at 2 kills. That's just the amount of harassment that he's been doing over here. He is going to have to make his way in. But yet again, remember when you get that high ground and you're harassing people, now everybody knows you're there. So good luck, Vard, in making it down right into the waiting arms of Tiamba.
Yeah, Vard looking for any more damage or kills he can get. Coming down off that hill, tricky, as we've seen time and time again, but he could find a timing. With this much chaos in this circle, you never know. LG flanking out, wants to see if they can do some damage to T5. T5 is getting a little bit too close for comfort up underneath this hill. You don't want to give them a position to set up. There's quite a bit of cover, actually, right at the edge of this hill with this van, with these kind of vendor stalls and the wall, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it makes it pretty easy for Theraton 5 to put pressure on LG, especially if they had more utility. I don't see anything in Tanadol's hands other than this foldable shield. Now, who knows if he has any blue zones or anything, but for now, Theraton 5 seems to be lacking a little bit in the utility department.
This is pretty much a four-tiered fight, right? We've got Vard in his position that's about to go away. But then if you look down where LG's at, there's a couple of drop-offs and really trying to exploit it. Theraton 5, they just have more players off on this angle. LG really can't find a way to sneak their way in. Snakers is going to try to find some type of pathing, but you see a wall, you see the background that they can play off of. Vard, you put up a hell of a job, but it looks like you're going to be going down. Just feed it over into the blue zone, and now it's going to be NH trying to find their pathing in, but it's going to be Cerberus that spots that out.
Yeah, NH just trying to cling to life. No kills yet, and they're taking more and more damage. CC almost done. That grenade, if it's good, could be the end for Non. I think one way or another, he's pretty much done being abandoned. Yeah, the grenade did find the mark, so he is out of this one. Himas looking for Tiamba, knows they're going to be above him. Decent damage done to ZYY, but for now, Tiamba playing smart, playing patient. Phase 9 begins to close.
7 kills for them right now, as this is a very good game, and more opportunities going to be right up in front of them. Presently tied up with Cerberus, who only has 2 members up. They're running with 4 right now, so we've got T5 that's going to be in the west and Tiamba on the east, and they're just going to be trying to run amok on everybody that's going to be in between them. CC, though, is going to spot out Snakers, who was trying to avoid what was going on with T5. He's going to get spotted out. He's going to get dropped off. It's going to be Rosted that gets the angle into it. Cerberus now trying to line up against what's going on with Tiamba. Good read in. Going to go in and start throwing out the utility to bounce. Looks like it's going to be good. Gets the damage out from it as well. Cerberus just trying to clean up and hold this line.
Yeah, Cerberus had the best position in the middle of the circle, but they want to try to clear an edge. If they can get rid of Tiamba, yeah, QM might be able to move into the backside of this as well. Hatsawad up and over, finishes off LG.
T5 getting more control over the north. It's just going to be QM on a different angle, but it's going to be a big pop-off right now as Tiamba making more of an aggressive shift in. It's just going to be Hamas holding the opposing angle for it. How is T5's Pathenpong going to realize and how he's going to handle what's going on with QM? Finally goes for the spray, does finish that one out, and now we are looking at Tiamba, T5, and Cerberus.
Yeah, T5 going to be sticking that res. Himas trying to play Guardian, but ZYY is going to shut him down. Pathenpong, great sprays there. Gets the headshots onto 7-7, finishes off with the body, and it's going to be backed off.
Has to step away for just 1 minute and get the meds back together. Tiamba has one of their members down, but they are closer to the center spot as everything is closing in. We're in game number 9. Pow Pow spots out Pathenpong, and that's going to be big. What do they opt to go for? Pow Pow looks like he's going to be moving a bit more down to the south, trying to wrap around, but it's going to be Thanadol holding the angle. He spots it, reads it, gets the drop. Now Tiamba, what are you going to do? You get the res in, but you're going to have to be moving into an entrenched line.
Yeah, Pow Pow down and out, so only 2 left. Potentially 3 for T5. Hatsawad sticking this res, but ZYY around the corner. Knows where it is, wants to try to punish it. It's up. He hasn't done anything yet. They can't react in time.
Gets the knock onto one of them. Now just looking. Smokes being the only surviving capabilities for T5 to work around. ZYY, the last one up. Blue Zone nade is going to go down for it. We are looking at a 1v1. Territory control just dancing around, making sure to kill out anybody. Now denying out the information. ZYY going for the spray. It does spot it up. And there we go. Tiamba picks it up.
Huge win for Tiamba. Picking up